more garbage CRONOS FUD. And I don't care if you come at us super hard, you're only making crypto.com stronger. What do I mean, guys? Welcome back. Breaking, crypto.com now have 3 months failing to pay UFC liquidity issues. And I'm checking the crypto.com hashtag for all of us. I'm willing to put my reputation for crypto.com. Yes, I am. And when I see things like this, I get that you may be jealous, you may don't like us, but you can only imagine the response from the community. Look at mine. Piece of garbage, FUD. Thanks for making us stronger. And of course, everybody knows, look at this proof at FUD. And this was actually through the Binance halting anchor because of the hack, and yes, dot as well. And he doesn't care. X, Y, and Z. What I have for you right now, crypto.com fam, is exactly what Chris said in the previous AMA. And these super sketchy websites saying it. And I had to do something because they close it. They don't let you see it. I'm going to tell you the whole thing. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. I'm here for CRONOS as a CRONOS chain ambassador, and we're going to get through this and we're going to explode. And it's going to be so high that they're going to say, oh, I'm sorry. Classic. First, this is the website where they see it first, one news page. And when you try to read the full article, I'm going to let you see what happens. You click, and now it's loading. It didn't do that before. It will just go to the web. Okay, there it is. There's the article, right? Look, boom. It doesn't allow you to read everything, right? But here, your friend, this is a half article. I had to screenshot it. So this is the article. It's exactly the same copy. And take a look at the bottom. This story appeared first on cryptocoins.com. Where's cryptocoins.com? Guys, look at the logo. It's on WordPress. Seems so sketchy to me. Doesn't even have a Twitter. Has a YouTube. Oh, look. I'm clicking on the YouTube and there's nothing. Guys, someone is after crypto.com. I don't know. I'm just talking too much right now, but who is making this FUD? I'm going to tell you and prove you that it's just FUD. Here it comes. The man himself, our Chris, CEO of crypto.com.
How does crypto.com afford all these marketing spends with the amount of revenue?
I think that people need to understand how the communication side of things work whenever this type of deal is announced. You know, like, say, our deal with our partners at UFC, there's a tagline number of around 175 million. But everybody needs to understand this is a 10-year deal. Crypto.com Arena, it's a 20-year deal. So we simply pay a small portion of this long-term commitment every year. So the way we looked at this is it's an investment in building a trusted brand, and it's still a very manageable portion of our revenues, roughly 10% on an annual basis. So if you compare to how much other brands are spending per year as a percentage of their revenue on branding, it's not crazy. People think it's crazy because they look at the total numbers over 10, 20 years. But on annual base, as a percentage of revenue, it's quite reasonable. And I think that I always get asked, would you still do this deal if you knew that this deal, if you knew how the market unfolds? We've made a decision that we want to go out there and get our name out there. And we got to a pretty decent scale with 70 million users. It would never be possible without this investment into our brand awareness. And
Everybody, do you really think there's a price of CRONOS right now? Do you really think Chris is gonna sacrifice or put in harm's way those type of deals by not paying 3 months? I believe that's like a yearly thing. If you don't pay 3 months, that to me doesn't make any sense. Failed to pay 3 months. Like, I'm not in the business of these type of partnerships and sponsorships, but wouldn't you pay for a year, not monthly? That makes no sense. Monthly, leave that for renters and lease and mortgages. But this has to be yearly, in my opinion. He said it's that long-term period, but yearly. Man, this FUD really gets to nobody because it doesn't get to me. I'm just exposing what, in my opinion, could be. Now, if it becomes close to truth, or that's actually somewhat even come to what is actually happening, haven't heard anything from Chris, haven't heard anything from crypto.com. There's no type of relevant source here. We're not looking at CoinDesk. We're not looking at Bloomberg or Forbes. It's just these garbage websites that are created, manufactured with a purpose. And you just saw the sketchy things. But here in the Oscar Ramos channel, you're going to get to know exactly what it is. So basically what it says is, in the early 2022, announced, I'm going to read it from here because it's the same copy. In the early 2022, UFC announced the most important sponsorship deal in history. At the time, the largest MMA organization in the world celebrated whatever. The deal involved having Crypto.com's logo printed on the fighters' uniforms and UFC Octagon on top of the rosters, whatever. 175 million sponsorship. Exactly, we can corroborate that with Chris. He just said it live, right? As reported by Cal Kiffer, those numbers result in heavy criticism, whatever. The UFC said to make 20 times more than the athletes, whatever. Oh yeah, it was like because there was a 30,000 in Bitcoin. Here it is. Another aspect of the deal involved Crypto.com handling performance bonus. I remember that one on Twitter. UFC fans voted, and then some of them got, some money up to 30,000 in Bitcoin. The fan bonus of the night was introduced by this, the night of the welterweight counter this. However, the Bitcoin payment Fridays will only continue as agreed as a short period of time. So this is something else, not really related to the 3-month trailing. Plus, I don't really see where they got this source of 3 months. They're not stating, they're not saying where or how they defaulted of paying. How do they know? They have a title here and there's nothing regarding to the payment of the 3 months. And this is just Crypto.com financial difficulties. And there's nothing here, guys. It's just more FUD, just stating what happened in 2022. So, going back to the first, liquidity issues. Garbage piece of crow FUD that makes no sense. And with a 170 something, almost 90,000 followers, I'm pretty sure that people are getting to know these account users. Well, fam, you got it. Oscar Ramos in the flesh, raw. Crypto.com, like, subscribe, tell the people about us, and let's go forward. The beginning of something huge is about to start. Peace!